Violence and media have become integral parts of our society. If an outsider were to venture into our society from another culture devoid of electronic medium, the best way to explain our social perceptions would be by the programming we watch. Television and media have a large impact on our society. If you consider the amount of time we spend watching or engaging in some type of electronic medium, it's impossible to believe that it doesn't. In light of this observation, violence in media affects people in a very profound and frightening way. It may cause people to feel anxiety and isolation from others, themselves, and their emotions. Media is intended to create false emotions. These false emotions make it difficult for people to deal with their emotions in real life. Being constantly subjected to media can cause us to believe that people in reality are false, or we're at least suspicious of the validity of the emotion a certain situation imposes on us. It causes many people to question and in most cases distrust other people and their emotions, regarding them as fake or phony. In addition, people may predict or have predeterminations of everyday situations because of mental paradigms. Television reinforces these mental paradigms by introducing stereotypical characters and situations. These don't have to be major predeterminations. They can be as subtle as the assumption of one's manner or intentions before they have spoken or acted. These assumptions are often false and based on society's opinions and thought processes. People use television as a way to avoid dealing with their emotions by mental occupation. In my opinion, some individuals lead their lives much the way they watch television. They feel like an outsider observing, waiting for an emotion to be imposed on them. This feeling of outside observation leads to a feeling of isolation. People who watch TV are programmed to always need that stimulus for their mind. It is not an active participation, but a passive one. Television show or movie producers require a certain action for an allotted amount of time. This makes people lazy, since they expect that stimulus in their lives without having to participate or work at it. I believe violence in media, and media in general, tend to shape our society because of the amount of time we spend watching it. The fact that many television shows depict a skewed version of reality and intimate interactions also leads to a sense of isolation. Media has the power to make life seem more extravagant than it is, perhaps causing a sense of unhappiness or depression. Mother Teresa once said that the feeling of isolation in Western society is almost as bad as the hunger in third world countries. The only thing I can find to attribute this isolation to is the amount of time we spend in media rather than reality. Violence in television contributes to the anxiety of isolation. News broadcasters depict terrorist attacks and people getting shot and murdered on our streets, giving people the idea that they need to stay indoors. While protecting themselves from all these murderers, people have shut themselves in and allowed the more treacherous murder of anxiety to set in their minds. A Sudbury war memorial states, "It is not death that kills the men, it's the fear." Even if people don't consciously think about this as anxiety, I think it's still there. Television is a subtle killer of souls and mental stability. Violence in media should be restricted. I'm not sure to what extent of this restriction or how it would be brought about, seeing as most of Western civilization is addicted to media in one form or another. Electronic media seems to be the bad psychedelic no one wants to admit they're on. Change is in order, and society must stop suckling on the mental comfort involved with overstimulating the mind. We no longer look for each other for entertainment, but to television, and often find other people fall short of expectation. Thank you.